All right, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a little while, but we're back and ready to go once again for part 2 of our present perfect and past simple, our present perfect series. Today, we are focusing on the present perfect tense and the past simple tense. Now, these are two tenses that I see loads and loads and loads and loads of mistakes with. They are not the same throughout all of the different languages. They are very, very different depending on which language you're talking about. And so in English, we are going to practice today creating sentences using the present perfect and the past simple correctly. All right. Now, as we are getting in, I'm seeing people joining us now. If you, when you enter, go ahead and just type into the chat bar so we all know who you are. Tell us where you're from, for example, right? Because I know we have people all around the world. I see we already have some coming in from Italy. Raimonda, again, very nice. Excellent to see you here, Raimonda. I'm seeing some new names, which is excellent as well, right? So we're getting the word out. That's great to see. So go ahead and type your name in the chat, or type where you are in the chat. Just let us know, who's here, and we'll go ahead and get started. Today, we're talking about the present perfect and the past simple, but we're also going to have this topic here. We're going to talk about famous people. That's going to be our topic today, is famous people. So we're talking about celebrities, singers, actors and actresses, musicians. We're going to talk about lots of different people today to emphasize this point of the present perfect and the past simple. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And anybody who comes in later, or if you're watching this video after the class is over, then you can join. You can join and you can participate later on. All right, but for those of us who are here, let's get started. We're going to begin with a celebrity quiz. I told you that we are talking about famous people and celebrities today. So the first thing I want to do is I want to test how well you know celebrity facts. All right, facts or fiction. So your job is to type either true or false into the chat bar when I give you a celebrity fact, and we'll see if it's true or if it's false. All right, so your job is to type either true or false. All right, I'm going to try something here, see if I can get the lighting a little better. That looks a little better. Okay, so here we go. Here comes the first one. Your job, all you need to do is type in true or false into the chat bar. All right, here we go. All right, here's number one. So you need to tell me, is this celebrity fact true or false? True or false? All right, the number one says action star Bruce Lee never used a stunt double. He never used a stunt double. And I think that you can probably figure out what that means, a stunt double. This is the person who does the stunts, which are kind of the action scenes, the jumping out of cars and whatever else needs to happen in the movies. Usually actors and actresses don't actually do these things, so they use a stunt double. But my first celebrity fact, true or false, is that Bruce Lee never used a stunt double. I mean, look at the guy. Look at him. He's fit. He's in real good shape. Why does he need a stunt double, right? So what do you think? Is this true or is this false, that Bruce Lee never used a stunt double? All right, I'll give you a few seconds to tell me, and then I'm just going to give you the answer. So if you just have it in your mind, then that's okay too. All right, but let's see. So Bruce Lee never used a stunt double. This is my first question. All right, I'm going to give you the answer. Let's see. I'm seeing some answers, some true. Okay. All right. You know what? I also thought this one was true. Belen and Raimonda, I also thought this was true, and I thought so, but actually it is false. The answer is false. Bruce Lee actually did use a stunt double. I thought he didn't, but there is evidence. There are videos online that you can find, and which I did find, where you can see that he clearly used a stunt double in some of his action movies. So that one's false. He did use a stunt double. So you're all wrong. All right, 1 point for me, 0 points for all of you. All right, here comes number two. Number two. We all know this one. We all know this person. Jennifer Aniston, Rachel from Friends. Jennifer Aniston, Rachel from Friends, has worked as a waitress in real life. True or false? She has worked as a waitress in real life. We all know that on the show Friends, if you've ever seen the show Friends, that on the show she was a waitress. But did you also know that maybe it's true or maybe it's false that she also worked as a waitress in real life? Let's see, true or false? What do we say? I don't know. I don't know. If you haven't seen Friends, let me tell you that Friends is just about the best series that you can watch if your goal is to learn English. Their English is extremely easy to understand. It is entertaining and you know what's happening. It's a really great way to watch, to practice your English, is watching this show right here. I'm seeing some trues. Yes, this one is true. Absolutely. So Jennifer Aniston, Rachel, the waitress from Friends, has worked as a waitress in real life. And I like that expression there. That's a good expression, in real life. That's kind of the way that we show that something is not in a movie. We say in real life. That's the expression there. So very good. All right, looks like you're 1 for 1, Belen and Raimonda. You're both 1 for 1. Yeah, one right and one wrong. So let's see. Here comes the next one. Here we go. This one is Jay-Z. Jay-Z. Jay-Z has had more #1 albums than any other solo artist. He has had more #1 albums than any other solo artist. True or false? True or false? Now, I have to trust that you're not going on the internet and finding the answer and typing it in. You wouldn't gain anything by that. But if you do, that's fine too. But this is the one. Jay-Z has had more #1 albums than any other solo artist. True or false? True or false? All right, let's see. Here we go. I'm seeing some trues. I'm seeing some falses. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. At least when I wrote this, he was. Yes, absolutely, he was. This is true. This is true. Now, if you can find evidence that it's false, then you can type into the chat bar. You can tell me who actually has sold more albums. But I think that this one is true. I'm fairly certain that this one is true. All right, so Jay-Z has had more #1 albums than any other solo artist. All right, so that one is true. If you find evidence that I'm wrong, then please put it in the chat. Tell me that I'm wrong, but that's true. All right, here's the next one. Bob Marley. Bob Marley, the famous reggae artist, the famous reggae singer and musician, wasn't born in Jamaica. True or false? He was not born in Jamaica. He sings about Jamaica. He loves Jamaica, but he wasn't born in Jamaica. True or false? True or false? The famous reggae artist, reggae music. That's these Rastafarians, or the dreadlocks here. All right. Bob Marley, the famous reggae artist, wasn't born in Jamaica. True or false? Let's see what we say. Belen says false. Okay, Belen says false. It's a good guess. Kind of makes sense, right? Kind of makes sense. He sings all about Jamaica. Let's see what anyone else says. True or false? Bob Marley wasn't born in Jamaica. All right. Yeah, you're right, Belen. Very nice. Congratulations. This one is false. Yes, of course he was born in Jamaica. He sings about Jamaica. He loves Jamaica. That's his favorite. It's something that he sings about in a lot of different songs. And all of his biographies, they're all about Jamaica. Bob Marley is from Jamaica. Very nice. He was born in Jamaica. All right, next one. Here we go. The next one, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson got 3rd-degree burns, that's very bad burns, to his face while filming a Pepsi commercial. Right, so this is the one. Michael Jackson got 3rd-degree burns to his face while filming a Pepsi commercial. True or false? What do we say? True or false? Michael Jackson, the famous pop singer, the king of pop, got 3rd-degree burns to his face while filming a Pepsi commercial. Yes, Raimonda, no woman, no cry. That's right, Bob Marley, no woman, no cry. What do we say about Michael Jackson? Did he get 3rd-degree burns to his face while he was filming a Pepsi commercial. I'm seeing a lot of trues here. I'm seeing a lot of trues, right? We see from Raimundo, we say true. Yes, Belen says true. Very good. All right, excellent. Everybody, you got them right. Yes, Michael Jackson did get third-degree burns to his face while filming a Pepsi commercial, and he actually had to put his hairline back on. I think they had to tattoo it or something. His hairline back onto his face after it had been burned off. I didn't know that. I just found that out when I was making this. So that's an interesting one. All right, that's true. And here's the last one. Here's the last one. Very important. Beyonce. This one says Beyonce has invented an alter ego named Sasha to help her get over stage fright. There's a lot in that one right there, right? So we have this one. We have an alter ego, right? Another person, another persona, a second person. This is Beyonce, and this is her alter ego named Sasha to get over, meaning to how do we describe get over? Well, she has stage fright, right? She has stage fright, so she's afraid to be on stage, so she has to get over it. She has to overcome it. She has to figure things out to get over stage fright. Another word for this would be to overcome stage fright. So the question, the fact is Beyonce has invented an alter ego named Sasha to help her get over stage fright. Oh, we have Victoria here. Excellent. Welcome, Victoria. I'm sorry, Victoria, though, that your answer is wrong. Actually, the answer is it is true. Her name is Sasha Fierce. Sasha Fierce is her alter ego's name. Sasha Fierce, and she invented this person to get over stage frights, right? So when we see Beyonce on stage, that's not really Beyonce. That's actually Sasha Fierce, her alter ego, her other persona, because Beyonce is actually very afraid of the stage. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. Right. All right. Very good. So I think that as a group, I think you got most of them right. I don't know if you got all of them right. I think that the first one, I think that point goes to me. But the rest of them, I think as a group, you got them all right. So just to review, here are our answers to our celebrity quiz. About Bruce Lee did use a stunt double. Jennifer Aniston did work or has worked as a waitress in real life. Jay-Z has had more #1 albums than any other solo artist. Bob Marley was born in Jamaica. Michael Jackson did get third-degree burns, and Beyonce has invented an alter ego. Very good. Congratulations, pat on the back. Excellent work. But today, I told you that today we're talking about famous people, but our goal is to learn how to use these verb tenses, how to learn the present perfect tense and the past simple, and to distinguish them. So in here, I have embedded secretly, I have put in some examples of the present perfect tense and of the past simple tense. And you can see them right here, right? So we have our story about Bruce Lee, our story about Bob Marley, and about Michael Jackson. They all use the past tense. And our stories about Jennifer Aniston, Jay-Z, and Beyonce all use the present perfect tense. Now, last week we learned the present perfect tense. We learned that we always form it like this: has or have with the past participle, right? That's what we learned last week. If you haven't seen that, there's a link in this video and you can go back and watch that other video. But I'm going to assume now that you all know how to use that. So here's my question for you, and I'd like to see somebody answer this in the chat bar. If you're brave, right? If you think you know. Why, when we talk about Bruce Lee, Bob Marley, and Michael Jackson, do we use the past tense? And Jennifer Aniston, Jay-Z, and Beyonce, we use the present perfect tense. If somebody can tell me that, you'll get 10 points, right? You'll get a lot of points for the day. If you can tell me why we use the past for these three, for the top three here, why we use the past for these three and the present perfect for the accomplishments or for the actions of these three. If anybody can tell me that, you get extra credit, extra points for the day, and you win the class. All right. So let's see. I'm going to give you a few seconds. If anybody can tell me in a few seconds, then I will. Then you'll win the game. All right. Oh, there it is. Excellent. I'm seeing it from several different people. Very nice. Very nice. So we have Victoria was first to give us the answer that Lee, meaning Bruce Lee, Marley, Bob Marley, and Michael Jackson have died. Exactly right. And Belen also said it. They were the first ones are not alive anymore. Exactly right. Excellent, excellent, excellent. You two, very good. Congratulations, Victoria and Belen, because that is exactly right. That these three at the top here, Bruce Lee, Bob Marley, and Michael Jackson, they are not living anymore. And what that means is that everything that they did is all in the past now. They cannot continue to do those things. They are all in the past. Whereas Jennifer Aniston, Jay-Z, and Beyonce are all still alive, right? So their accomplishments or their actions can continue. That's exactly right. Congratulations, everyone. So to give you some rules for this, because of course we need to have some grammar rules. We need to learn some English today. We can use the past tense for finished actions in the past. For finished actions in the past, right? All three of these people on this side of the screen, they have all finished their actions, right? Bruce Lee cannot use another stunt double. Bob Marley cannot be born in Jamaica again. And Michael Jackson cannot get third-degree burns again. So all of these actions are finished, okay? Now, on the other side, we say that the present perfect is for actions that continue into the present or can continue, right? That there's the possibility for them to continue, right? Jennifer Aniston is a multi-millionaire. She's probably not going to work as a waitress again, but she could if she wanted to. Her life is not over yet. It's not complete yet. So she could if she wanted to. Jay-Z can make more albums. Beyonce can continue to use her alter ego. Right? So these actions all continue to the present or can continue to the present. Okay. Now, that's the first part of the difference between these. But there is one more that makes it a little bit simpler to use them. Right? It makes it a little bit simpler. And that's this right here. It says that we use the past tense very simply and very easily with past time expressions, right? Things, times in the past, anything that happened in the past. And we use the present perfect tense with present time expressions, right? So these are times that exist in the present, okay? Now, we don't see a lot of examples in the text here, but our next activity, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to identify some past time expressions and some present time expressions. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's jump into that. If you have any questions about this, if anything was not clear, then just type into the chat bar and I'm happy to answer. I'm happy to give you some more information or to answer your questions, okay? All right, so let's jump into the next part here. We're going to look at some time expressions, So your job, very simply, is to take the time expression that I put at the top here and tell me, does it go into the present time or is this a past time expression? Another way to say this is, would we use the present perfect with this tense or with this time expression, or would we use the past tense with this time expression? Okay, so we're gonna go quite quickly in this part here. Go ahead and type into the chat your answers to this. Tell me if it's a present or past. That's all you need to say is present or past. And the first person to get it gets all the points, right? So everyone gets points today. This month, and these are going to start fairly simple and they're going to get more complicated, okay? So some of them at the beginning may be very simple. That's okay, but they will get more complicated. So this month, is this a present time expression or is this a past time expression? Get your answers in and let's see who has it first. Present time expression or past time expression? I'll give it 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. There we go. This month is a present time expression. Of course, we know that because we have the word this. This is a clear indication that it is a present time expression. Now, that's not always true, but that is a good indication. We're going to see some exceptions in a few minutes. All right, here's the next one. Last night. Is this present or past? Present time or past? Excellent. It looks like we may have a little bit of a delay, which makes this difficult if I try to get you to answer each one. But go ahead and keep typing in there, and I'm going to try to adapt to this delay here. Yes, Raimonda, excellent. We have a past time expression. Very good. Excellent, Belen. Excellent, Raimonda. Excellent, Victoria. Congratulations. Yes, this is a past time expression. Of course, just like we have this for present, we can say last for past. It's easy to remember because it rhymes, right? Last for past. Good. All right, here we go. Today. What is this one? Present or past? Should be very obvious, right? Present or past for today. Today. Is this a present time or is this a past time? Present time or past time? I think you know. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8. Yeah, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Of course, today is a present time expression. Today is kind of another way to say this day, but for some reason we don't say this day. We say today. But there you go, right? So we can say this month and we can say today, meaning this day, with the same meaning, or with they're both present expressions. How about this one? Last year. I think you know this one. I don't think I'm going to need to wait too long on this. All right. Last year. Here we go. Yes, of course. Last year is a past time expression. I'll give you that one just because we know that if we see this word last, then it is in the past. Absolutely right. All right, how about this one? In 1986, now we're getting a little bit more complicated. In 1986, a little bit more complicated with this one. It's not quite so clear that it shows this and last, right? If we see this and we see last, then we can be pretty clear. But if we see a date, which one is it? 1986. Yeah, okay, very good. All right, I see Belen says the past. Absolutely, Belen, absolutely. Yes, in 1986 is going to be the past, right? Because this is a past year. Of course, it's a year in the past, 1986. Very good. Absolutely. How about this one? In April. In April. We could say in April. Which one would this be? Is this past or present? April. Now we're getting to shorter times. We're getting to smaller times, not years. Of course, 1986 is in the past, but April, is that in the past or in the present? Let's see. I'll give you a second to think about it. I'm going to give you my answer. I'm going to say that yes, in April is also in the past. Of course it's in the past, right? Right now, at least at the time of recording, it is December. But maybe we could make a case, that if it is April, then we can say it's a present time, right? If it is April, then we could say it's a present time. So right now, I'm recording this in December. If we say in December, then that's probably a present time, right? In December would be a present time, but in April would be a past time. So it depends on the time of year. It depends on a lot of different things, but in context, it should be quite simple to know if it's present or past. All right, okay, good. Here we go. Here's another one. This decade. I think you got this one. This one should be really simple. This decade. Let's see. All right, I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, this decade, of course, is a present time expression. We see the word this, so we know that we should want it to be present at least. All right. Here we go. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. I told you we're going to get a little bit more complicated. Belen has a very good question. It says, if you say, for example, in April we celebrate Book Day in Spain. That's present, isn't it? It depends. Again, Belen, now there are other time expressions besides just present and past. This is just a general time, right? In April, right? Every April. That's not necessarily a present time. When we say present time, we're talking about time that includes right now. Time that includes the present moment, right? And so in that case, in that context, I would say no. In April, we celebrate Book Day in Spain does not apply. And a good way to know that is because you don't use the present perfect there. We celebrate every year, right? use the present simple tense. And so then that would show me that it's not a present time in the context of a time that includes now. Okay, it's a very good question. You can make an argument one way or another about whether it's technically present, but in the context I'm using it, I'd say no. Okay, very good question though. All right, 2 weeks ago, I'm seeing, yes, 2 weeks ago would be the past time. Absolutely, very good. 2 weeks ago is another way of saying, let's see, today's the 21st of December, so it's like saying the 7th of December, which is obviously in the past. Absolutely, very good. Here we go, tonight. Now this could be the future, right? This could be a future if it's daytime. Then tonight could be the future. But if we're using it, there's only one option that it can possibly be out of these two: the present or the past. Tonight. Yeah, Belen, that's really good. I'm gonna make that a little clearer. Present time expressions are time that include now. Right? Not general times every year, but times that include right now. Those are the ones we're focusing on. Times that include now. Yes, tonight. Yes, I would say that tonight can be the present. It can be the future. Hard for it to be the past, though. It would only really be the present time. So if we say tonight, we know we need to either use the future or we need to use the present perfect. Absolutely. All right, here we go. We're getting more complicated. Now we're not using times exactly, we're using other words. So here's the word ever. If I use the word ever, right? Ever meaning in my life, right? In my entire life. That's a good way to define this word ever. In my entire life, is that a present time, including now, or is that a past time, only in the past? I told you it was going to get a little bit more complicated, So there we go. Ever, in my entire life. Yes, absolutely. They're very good. I'm seeing some answers. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I see Raimonda and I see Belen both say present perfect. Absolutely. This is a present time expression. Remember, we say that present time expressions include the present, include right now. So ever includes right now. It's your entire life until this point, right? So it includes the present right now. Absolutely. How about this one? So far. This expression, is this a present time expression, the word so far, or is it a past time expression? That's an interesting one. So far. How do we use that one? So far. It's an interesting one. You have to really know what it means in order to get it. If you've never seen this expression before, so far, then it might be tough to know. So far, is it going to be here or is it going to be here? Is it the present time or is it the past time? Does it include now? Does it include the present or doesn't it? That's the better way to think of this. Yes, all right. I'm seeing some good answers. Yes, so far is going to include the present. Absolutely. So far is like another way of saying until now. Until now, right? So far, until now. So far in this class, meaning until now in this class, the first 30 minutes or so, right? The first part, until now. Okay, so far is a present time expression. If you see the word so far, you should be thinking present perfect. I need to use the present perfect. Absolutely. Good. All right. And here we go. When you were young, when you were in college, when you were in university, when you were a child, all of these expressions. But when you were, when you were, that's the first part. And then we can also include lots of different things here. Young, younger, a child, in university. We can use lots of things there. And this one here, of course, is going to be all in the past, right? Let's say when you were younger, because maybe we're still young, right? So let's say younger to make it clear that it's all in the past. It's completely in the past. When you were young or when you were younger is all in the past, right? So we can only use the past tenses with when you were young or when you were younger. All right, excellent. And here's the last one, and the most confusing one, this morning. Is this a present time or is this a past time, this morning. This morning, is this a present time or is this morning a past time? And I'll give you a hint. It's kind of a trick question, okay? I'm being a little bit deceitful right now. This isn't a... I'm not playing fair today. I'm not playing fair today. All right, I'm seeing present. Yeah, present makes sense. Yeah, present totally makes sense, right? Because we say this is a present word. We've already established that if we see this, that it's the present, right? This, present, last, past. Remember, it rhymes. It makes sense. It's easy. But is that true though? Is that true though? Raimondo, you said you're in Italy. What time is it in Italy right now? It should be 5:30 in Italy, I believe. Is it the morning right now? I don't know. So my point is, at least for me right now, right? It's 5:30 in the afternoon. It's 5:30 in the afternoon. So for me this morning, for me right now, this morning is past. This afternoon is present, and this evening we'll say is future. Right? This evening is future. Right? But if I wait a few hours and suddenly later on, then I would say that this morning is past, this afternoon is past, and this evening is present. Right, so we'll put it up here. It depends on the time of day. So all of these, this with the time of day, it only depends on the time of day. It depends on when you are saying it. Now, Raimundo, you said something that I've seen a lot of people in Spain saying, and I think that it comes from the fact that this is how you say it in your language. You said this. You said, I have eaten breakfast this morning, right? I have eaten breakfast this morning. And I hear this a lot. And this is a good construction in a lot of Romance languages, but it is a bad construction in English if it is not the morning. Right. So if I were saying that right now, it is 5:30 in the afternoon, I would say I ate breakfast this morning. This morning. Right. I ate breakfast this morning. For me, this morning is now a past time. It is not a present time anymore. Okay. This afternoon is a present time. This evening is the future. But this morning is a past time for me. So these three words here, and I'm actually going to include with them in April and in 1986 or let's say in 2020, because now that's a present time. So these in expressions can go along with this, where it kind of depends on the context to decide whether it is present or past, right? Most of these are all very simple. It's either present or it's past. This month is always present. Last night is always past. But this morning, this afternoon, and in a year or in a month, it depends on if you are currently in that time or if it is in the past. Right? So it's not quite as straightforward or quite as simple as we may have thought. Right? But there you go. Right? So that's the only exception you need to understand. Okay. Excellent, everybody. Oh, and I need to put a period or a full stop on my sentence here. Very, very important. Always do that. Okay, very good. So these are our time expressions, and now we know that if we have these present time expressions, then we need to use the present perfect tense. And if we have our past time expressions, then we need to use the past simple tense. So the last thing I want to do today is I want to practice pretending to be famous people, okay? So we can imagine that we are famous people, we are celebrities, we are famous, we are rich, and we have to talk about the things that we have done or that we did in the present, in the present time and in the past time, okay? So your job now is to write sentences for me, and you can be creative if you want. You can choose one or the other. You don't have to do both because it's a lot of writing. But you need to imagine that you are this famous person. Imagine that you are this famous person, in this case, Beyonce, and create a sentence saying what you did or what you have done in the time. So we're saying this month or last month. So what have you done this month or what did you do last month? Okay, imagine you're Beyonce. You have to think like Beyonce. You do not live your current life in your current country, in your current place. You are now Beyonce Knowles Carter, and your job is to tell me what you have done this month or what you did last month, and be creative because you know she lives a crazy life. So tell me, give me some ideas. Give me some ideas. I need to know what this is an interview, right? I'm interviewing you as Beyonce Knowles Carter. I need you to tell me what you have done this month or what you did last month. Okay. What have you done this month or what did you do last month? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see what we get here. Let's see. Let's see. All right. All right. What do we say? What do we say? Let's see. So let's be creative here. Let's be creative here. We know that we need to start our sentence here with on the left. We need to start our sentence with I have. Right? I have, because we're in we're in the first person, right? We are Beyonce. We're not talking about her, but we're talking about us being her. And on the right, we need to say I, and we're going to use the past tense here, right? Past tense. So let's see. Let's see what we can say. All right, very good. I'm seeing some good ones coming in. Absolutely, very nice. Let's see. So, oops. So we say, Raimonda says, I did a good album last month. Let's use the word made there. So I like that one though. I made a good album. A good album. Absolutely. Last month, and we'll leave that part in. Very good. Let's see. Belen says, I have recorded. Absolutely. I have recorded a new single this month. Very good. I like that one. I have recorded a new single this month. Very good. Let's see. I had a concert in LA last month. Very nice. Very nice, Beyonce. Very good. Let's see, Raimonda, I have sing. Let's see. So remember, we need to, for the present perfect, we need to use the third form, right? So the present perfect is always have or has plus the participle. Participle, right? For this word sing, the past tense would be sang, and the participle would be sung, right? So we're going to use this one here. We're going to use the word sung. So I have sung a lot this month. Absolutely. I love it. Very good. Very good. Yeah, you already fixed it. You fixed it all on your own. Very good. Very nice. Excellent. Excellent. All right. So Beyonce has sung a lot this month, has recorded a new single this month, and last month was just as good, had a concert in LA, and made an excellent album or recorded an excellent album last month. Very good. All right. Very nice. Excellent, Beyonce. Very good. Okay, Beyonce, we're going to change forms again. We're going to shift, all right? We're no longer Beyonce. We are now Will Smith. All right. So Will Smith, we're going to focus a little bit more on the present now. So we're going to talk about today, not this month. We're going to talk about today, and I want to know what you did yesterday. Okay, so what have you done today, and what did you do yesterday? Will Smith, famous actor, famous rapper. Yeah, what have you done today and what did you do yesterday? So remember, we're going to start with I have blank today. Right? I have blank today and I blank yesterday. Yesterday. And this will be the past tense. And we have the participle here. Participle right there. Right, so we need to know. I need to know from you, Will Smith, what have you done today, and what did you do yesterday? I can imagine that Will Smith probably has done a lot today. He seems like a very active guy. He does a lot of things. Let's see. Well, maybe he's just a normal guy. He has brushed his teeth. Brushed my teeth today. I'm sure that's something that he does every day. Look at those white teeth. Let's see. What else? Belen says, I went to the cinema to watch one of my movies yesterday. I like that one. That's a good one. I went to the cinema to watch one of my movies. So Will Smith goes to the cinema and he watches his own movies. I probably would if I were him. He makes great movies. What are you going to do? Belen also says, I have gone to the gym today. Very good. I have gone to the gym today. I didn't go to the gym yesterday. As Will Smith, right? I have gone to the gym today, but I didn't go to the gym yesterday. I'll take that. I like that one. That's good. Let's see. Any more? Anything else that Will Smith has done today? I'm sure he's done a lot of things today. I have eaten breakfast. I have eaten breakfast today. Notice again that before we said I ate breakfast, I ate breakfast this morning. Remember we said that from before. We can say, I ate breakfast this morning and I have eaten breakfast today. And both of these sentences are good, right? The only thing that changes is the time. So today is a present time and this morning is a past time. So we can use both of them, but we have to use them correctly. Okay, good. Will Smith. So we have done lots of things. Let's see. How about let's see the next person. So here we have Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, very famous boxer, excellent boxer. Um, he actually had a recent fight, even though he's in his I forget how old he is, but he should be retired by now, but he just had a big fight. So Mike Tyson, what have you done this year? And what did you do last year? So what have you done this year and what did you do last year, Mike Tyson? Tell me, what can we say? I need some sentences from you. What have you done this year and what did you do last year? Let's see. So I know one thing that he's done this year. So remember, we're going to start with I have blank, and we'll finish it with this year. Oops. Oops. There we go. I have blank. Ooh. Learning these controls. I have blank this year and I blank last year. Okay, let's see. So I wonder what he has done this year and I wonder what he did last year. Mike Tyson, very, very great boxer. What can we say? What can we say? Let's get some answers. All right, I'm seeing some coming in. I'm seeing some coming in. Yep. Oh, we need that period there. I always forget that. So what can we say? What has he done this year and what did he do last year? What has he done this year and what did he do last year? Belen looks like says, I have stayed at home during the lockdown this year. Okay, yeah, so Mike Tyson, he's a normal person just like everyone else, right? Yeah, he's a normal person just like everyone else all around the world. We stay at home during the lockdown, right? So Mike Tyson has stayed at home during the lockdown this year, just like the rest of us. Raimonda, I like that. You said he won his match last year. Excellent. His boxing match. He won his match last year with the past tense. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Belen, something very similar. I won a competition last year. Good, a competition or a match, or we can also say if it's boxing specifically, a bout, and that's a separate word, a bout. Match is probably the more common one though. So very nice, right? So Mike Tyson has stayed at home this year, and he won his match or he won his competition last year. Excellent, I love it. All right, here's the last one, the last person, Mark Zuckerberg. Not really a celebrity, but very famous nonetheless. I think we all know who he is. This is the founder of Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg, remember you are Mark Zuckerberg. What have you done in your life? All right, another way of saying this is to put the word ever right here. What have you ever done? But it's a bit of a strange way just in this context right here. So better to say, what have you done in your life? What have you done in your life? And then in the past, we could say, what did you do when you were young? Right? Remember, when you were young is always in the past. So I want to know, what have you done in your life? And what did you do when you were young? That's our question here. What have you done in your life? And what did you do when you were young? All right. I'm sure that we have some very good ones for this one. Mark Zuckerberg is a pretty interesting guy, to say the least, I think. So I'm sure we'll have some really great answers for this one. So what have you done in your life? And what did you do when you were young? Or really, honestly, this question sounds better to me if we say when you were younger. Younger. I think that sounds better, right? It sounds better just because if you say when you were young, that implies that you're not young now, right? And that's not a nice thing to say, especially, it's just better to say younger, I think. So what have you done in your life and what did you do when you were younger? Very good. All right, excellent. Belen says, I have invented Facebook. Absolutely, Belen, he has invented Facebook. Very nice. As Mark Zuckerberg, you have invented Facebook. Now, Raimundo would say, I have been an athlete when I was younger. Remember that when I was younger is in the past. Oops, let's see, is in the past. Let's go back here real fast. When you were young is in the past, right? So we need to say for past time expressions, we're going to use the past tense, right? So the past tense. So let's say for Mark Zuckerberg, instead of saying I have been an athlete, let's say I was an athlete. I was an athlete when I was younger. All right, excellent. Belen says, I went to school when I was young. Very good. Just like most people, yep, I went to school when I was young. I have invented Facebook in my life, and I was an athlete when I was younger. Excellent. I like all of those. Very good sentences. Absolutely right. All right. So Mark Zuckerberg has invented Facebook, and he was an athlete. Very good. All right, everybody. Very good. I like that. That's Mark Zuckerberg. Now, the last thing for today is this right here. I have a review for you, just very quickly to go over what we talked about today, so that you have it fresh in your minds and you can go on with it. So we have our past simple tense. Remember that there are two reasons that we use it. One is for finished actions, and one is for past time expressions. And we have our present perfect for actions that continue into the present, and present time expressions. Now, one thing I want to point out really fast is that before we talked about the fact that we use the past for people who were dead, and we use the present perfect for people who were alive, but that's not always the way it works, right? That's not the only way to use these. For example, Mark Zuckerberg is still alive here, and we say that when he was younger, he ran a lot, right? Or he was an athlete. He's still alive, but we're talking about a past time or a past event, and so we need to use the past tense there. Right, and we also see here that with the present time expressions and with our past time expressions, we can decide which form to use. So if we have a present time like this month or this decade or ever or today or tonight or so far, then we need to use the present perfect tense. And if we have a past time expression, then we need to use the past tense. Now, I see this is a little confusing. So present perfect goes with present perfect, and past goes with past. All right. Now, that's it for today. That is our topic. I told you that I was going to teach you how to distinguish between the present perfect and the past simple. And I think that we have done that. So everyone, congratulations. Very good work today. Thank you so much for your participation, for typing into the chat bar, and for helping me out to get this going. If you have any questions, if anything was not clear, please tell me now. Tell me your questions, and I'm happy to answer. I'm happy to give you as much information as I can. I want to share with you. One last thing is, remember that this was part two of the present perfect tense, series. So next time we're going to continue with the present perfect tense. We're going to learn a little bit more, and we're going to use the topic of a bucket list. We're going to talk about our bucket list items. This right here is one of my bucket list items. If you don't know what a bucket list is, or if you don't have one, then you should really try to look it up between now and the next time that we have the class, because it's a really fun topic, and it's something that we're going to have a good time with it next time. So we're going to continue the topic of the present perfect, and I'm going to give you some more information about it so that you can use it even better than before. Remember that part 1 is also available on YouTube. You can go check that out, and you can see part 3 next time that I have this. I'm going to announce in a few days when that next time will be. It's going to be a little funny with the holidays, but we'll see. All right. So that's the end. That's it for today. Now, some of you have been asking me about where you can get more or where you can get this information, and I just wanted to let you know that there is a website. I have created a website that you can go to, and you can find lots of cool things like English courses. I do English classes online. I do lots of different things. You can find all of that. There's a link in the description to this video. The website is called Ingalia, ingalia.com. There will be more information about that in the next couple classes, but at ingalia.com, there's a link in the description, and there you can find more information about just some of the things that I'm doing outside of these classes here. All right? Great. I'm not seeing any questions in the chat bar. I'm not seeing anything there about any confusion from this class. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and finish up here, and we'll finish this live stream on a positive note. All right. Everybody, have a great rest of your week. Have a great Christmas if you celebrate that, and I will see you next time. All right. Bye, everybody.